A pleasure to meet all of you. Welcome to our caravan. This is the Ash Crawler Chrysanthemum. I'm her owner, Hilda Enriquez. We made it in time, thank goodness.
I'm Hugo Pennywort.
Handling that Aragami problem wouldn't have been an easy task, even under the best of circumstances. And that means you're a talented bunch.
Would you mind filling all of us in on the situation here?
That will come in due time. You've created a real opportunity for us to work with. Won't you let me express our gratitude?
You saved our friends. That's enough for me.
Yes. However, that is only a temporary measure, as I'm sure you're well aware.
Huh?
Reassigning ages requires the permission of both the governor of the port and Gleipnir. You do know that, do you not, Hugo?
If that's the reason you can't keep us all here, don't worry about it. Being alive is what counts. But do you really have to be so formal?
Ma'am, we've completed our survey of the port that was swallowed by the ash. Despite our efforts, we have been unable to establish the whereabouts of the port's management.
And I'm sure they fled. I saw ships moving away in the distance.
That would explain it. There were some ships that made unregistered departures.
Fools, leaving without notifying anyone. If the ash storm drags them in...
That's what they get for leaving kids to die.
Zeke, don't.
What? You're gonna tell me you're not pissed at him too?
Regardless, it still doesn't make me happy.
Ma'am, the ash density levels are rising again. Staying any longer would be hazardous.
You now represent your port, Hugo. Under Ashland navigation law, I place you under my protection and transfer you to our port.
Understood. Our services are yours during the voyage. In exchange, though, we don't want your everyday drudgery tasks.
You've got a spine. Very well. You can be our front runners and keep our route free from interference.
That's fine by us. Once we're out there, you'll see we're not your run-of-the-mill ages. How a caravan route works? We use areas of low density as reference points, and then just travel along the connected dots?
You've got it down.
Just repeating what I learned from the database.
There was an old but reliable route through here previously. The beacons, however, have all gone dead.
Knocked out by that ash storm. This crawler has a pretty small crew for its size, doesn't it?
I can't afford to hire very many people. Resources and bias factor supplies aren't what they used to be.
I see. So you decided to bring us on to do a little work for you.
Right, and I can assure you you'll be compensated.
Yeah, well, a weekly allowance isn't going to cut it.
If we can reestablish the old route, we'll be able to claim Pioneer royalties. A cut of those royalties will go to you. Does that sound fair?
We're the ones who will be out there risking our necks, so I'd say 70% should go to us.
30% for us? The rewards are split amongst the entire crew. That's outrageously unfair.
Well, what do you think? Let's see. 50%. I can't take any less. I know you've got some serious cargo. You're sure to rake in a hefty profit from that, Hilda.
Fine, fine. Half of the royalties. We have a deal. You're free to roam the crawler, though some locations may be restricted. We do have our secrets.
Compared to ourselves, it's paradise.
Glad to have you all aboard. I'm looking forward to continuing our work together.
Welcome aboard the Ash Crawler Chrysanthemum. Let me introduce myself. My name is Amy Chrysanthemum, and I serve as an operator on this vessel. So, this is the mission counter. We post tasks that need to be performed in order to clear our course.
So, in short, you're saying if we want a job, then this is the place to go?
Yep, that's right. In fact, it looks like something was posted just now. But we have a bit of a snag.
A snag?
That's right. Continuing on our course would be like crossing a rope bridge blindfolded.
So what? You just walk forward.
The snag is, there's something chewing on the ropes. Caravans that conduct their operations within the Ashlands are invariably equipped with resonance radar. It tracks local ash levels and Aragami. It serves as our eyes and ears, giving us an advantage over potential threats. We have one on the Mum, of course. Essentially, if our resonance radar isn't providing us with that data, it's a big problem. One of life or death magnitude.
Is yours malfunctioning?
As the name suggests, the radar uses resonance, so it needs someone with high resonance skill to operate it. We need a God Eater who can also function as a navigator.
However, our previous navigator was incapacitated in the ash storm, and currently we have no other candidates in our staff.
Navigator, huh? I like the sound of that. Let me give it a try.
Amy, go ahead and bypass the authorization system.
Okay, it's open.
How was I?
No. Insufficient range. Maybe a 2-mile radius? Too small to keep us safe.
No!
I could give it a shot.
I don't think you have the aptitude, Hugo.
Not one iota.
It's tougher than I thought.
Our regular navigator was born with a high resonance capability. However, they had training to see up to a 20-mile radius as well.
So resonance ability is the key, huh? If one of us can be contracted as a navigator, we should be able to renegotiate royalties. Sound like a workable deal to you, Hilda?
So you know, I don't pay for slipshod work.
Of course not. Here, give it a try.
Man, take a look at the display. I've never seen anything like this. That's 10. No, 100 miles. Wait, it's still expanding.
What?
You've got to be kidding! This is unreal!
Did you do this?
My friend has always had a real knack for resonance. So, does that solve our problem?
Switching to departure sequence.
Energy flow from the main accumulator has been established. Now sealing ash bulkhead layers 1 and 2.
Resonance radar navigation link complete. Harmonization rate at 30, 60, 100%. Oracle sensor system is green. Ash density along our plotted course is 0.02 ppm, within tolerance.
The ash bulkheads are sealed. Activating the hull bias field barrier.
All systems are reading green. The chrysanthemum is ready to depart.
There's no turning back now. Are you certain about this?
Yeah. I never planned on turning back anyway.
This is the start of a big adventure. We're more than sure. We're pumped.
It's good to see that kind of spirit. Ash Crawler Chrysanthemum. Casting off.
Do you read me? I'll be your mission guide from here on. All instruments are green. Vitals are normal. Alright, are you ready? Remember, the mission lasts until you're back home. Your first job starts now.
Here goes! I could get used to this. It's 100 times better than an old creep in my ear. Sorry, it's a long story.
Feast! Gotcha! Feast! Hugo, make contact with secondary target and is in pursuit. Understood. Post! No contact with Aragami yet, huh?
Here goes!
Zeke, made contact with secondary target and is in pursuit. Understood. Hugo, made contact with secondary target and is in pursuit. Objectives accomplished. That was sheer perfection. We had an easy time today.
Simple.
I need to write a mission report when we return. Don't forget to check for useful items. Glad you're back. Nothing too intense lately, huh?
What's this?
I was just wondering if it's a common occurrence to find God Eaters from Gleipnir traveling with caravans. I suppose you're keeping an eye on some cargo back there, is that right?
The area up ahead is under Gleipnir jurisdiction. I cannot allow you to proceed.
Meaning that whatever you've got stowed up there is a special delivery for Gleipnir.
Ugh!
Hey. Hey! Are you okay? So tell me, what's your name?
Gleipnir 6th Engineering Battalion, Special Transport Unit, Claire Victorious.
You can just call me Hugo Pennywort.
The owner told me about you. It seems you helped with clearing our route. Understand that while I do applaud the work you've done, I cannot approve of any frivolous actions you take in the field. Don't expect to garner any special favor for it.
Great, a teacher's pet.
I'm only doing the job that I was assigned. If we're in combat together, I will be trusting you to perform. Huh? It was nice meeting you.
Maybe we're gonna get along after all. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Claire.
Are you feeling all right, Claire? I'm fine. The ash density is within tolerance. Nothing to worry about. Even with the ash-resistant bias factor, you should still be careful. I appreciate your concern. Claire specializes in logistics support and first aid. Okay, great. Use teamwork and take down the Aragami. Oh, this is unusual. This is our first time out together. I'm counting on you.
We'll do our best.
Make contact with secondary targets and begin pursuit. Understood. Thank you very much. Excellent work. You were great out there together.
You're better than I expected, Claire.
Thanks. Be sure to rest when you get back to base. Feast!
Don't worry about it. I'm just feeling a little motion sick, that's all. Oh, thanks. Sorry to be such a bother. I'm not big enough to fight yet, but see? I can scrounge up cool stuff like this.
Begin when ready. Be sure to come home, okay?
Work time.
Preparations complete. Here goes. Keep your eyes open, even if there are no enemies around.
Here goes! Gross.
In pursuit. Understood. I'll engage when it draws close.
Whoa!
up the mission report when we get back. Great work! I mean, great work today.
It feels like you've waited forever, but once things start moving, it all goes pretty quick. I mean, just look at where we are now. You remember what I was saying earlier? After all that time locked up, we're finally outside. And now our first problem rears its ugly head. What do we do with ourselves now that we're here? Yeah, in a nutshell, I made up my mind a long time ago. From this point forward, we're living in a world driven by action. We'll have to buy back our freedom by fighting. Absolutely. After that, we'll build a port of our own. It'll be a place where people can help each other and work toward their dreams. But I'm gonna need a lot of help from you. Are you on board for this? We've got this. Seriously. This means a lot. Well, let's go give the kids the good news. They have nothing to be afraid of anymore. It might be a lie now, but it'll be okay if we make it the truth someday. Remember, you're my accomplice in all this. Let's make sure we see it through, huh?